You know, we had to record something, Wolf, and we had to record something during one of the breaks in like an intense voice. So you did your Wolf thing where you're just like,
No.
And then I had to go after you.
Right.
So then I recorded mine. And Aaron's response was, how about you record that again?
Are you saying I was over the top?
No, you apparently were fine.
It's funny because I get this all the time, and I should be offended by it, Basinonians, because this is the way that I am for the most part. When I start talking about sports, the intensity level just kicks. It's tunnel time all over again.
This is why I should have gone before you, because going after you was the problem. You didn't have to re-record yours. I had to re-record mine, because then I was like, am I supposed to do a Wolf impression?
Honestly, okay. Should we just let the listeners in on what you guys recorded?
No, because I don't want to hear this.
Oh, no. Beat L.A.
Beat L.A. Beat L.A. Beat L.A.
Oh, yes. Okay, just listen. I yelled an awful lot on the field, my brothers. That's the reason why my voice is the way that it is. I got hit in the throat in the Penn State game, playing against Penn State. I got hit in the throat. I spit up blood for like 3 days. And then 10 years of playing in the National Football League did not help it.
But
so
this
now
is your
this
voice.
is what I've got right here.
You're making it sound like you were like a British, I don't even know, like before you played Penn State. You were just like, oh, hello, jolly good.
Well, I really did have just kind of a different voice. I think most people would tell you that, but the older I get right now, there's something floating around my throat.
No, this is perfect for what you do. Just my helpful tip to everybody out there, if you have to record something where you're supposed to sound intense,
I see.
Don't let Wolf go first.
I see. Okay.
Because you screamed yours and then ripped the studio door off and left.
Yeah.
And I was like, beat LA? All right. Speaking of LA.
That's great.
The Dodgers have pitching issues, or maybe I should just say question marks. And I want to make sure we frame this up right, because I know people are going to be like, well, you don't think the Dodgers are good? The Dodgers are borderline great. They won 100 games this year, and they did it with a ton of injuries and pitchers leaving their rotation for various reasons, really. They are the favorites for a reason. I get that. I just think this Diamondbacks team, and we've been saying this, Wolf, for 2 months, in the right situation in the playoffs is maybe not a team you want to face. Just because they can do some damage. And this series, at least going in, is setting up the way it would need to set up for them to beat the Dodgers. With Kelly starting game 1, Gallen starting game 2, and then you figure Kelly in game 4 if we get there, and Gallen in game 5. The Dodgers, their pitching rotation right now is basically Clayton Kershaw, who hasn't been going deep into games. Now, he's still really good. He's still Clayton Kershaw, and I'm sure he'll go deep in the playoffs. And then it's Bobby Miller, who's been an impressive rookie. And it's Lance Lynn, who has not been impressive this year. And then Ryan Pepio and Emmett Sheehan. It's a bunch of young, kind of unproven pitchers other than Lance Lynn and Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, the way the Dodgers are going to win in the postseason is they're going to score more runs than you're going to score.
Which
That's
they're
what it
really
comes
good
down to. They're really, really good at that, of course, starting with Mookie Betts, of course, and Freddie Freeman. Those two guys, it's just amazing. You go down and look at it, Max Muncy, and name after name after name, and you know just how good this team really is in terms of scoring runs. Can the Diamondbacks get into a shootout with the Dodgers? That is the question that I have right now, and I just don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with how many runs the Dodgers are going to be able to score.
Well, and it's a fair point. What are there, 30 teams in Major League Baseball? The Diamondbacks are 16th this season in total runs, or run differential, I should say, okay? They're actually minus 15, the D-backs. So you get to some of these other teams, like Philadelphia is a plus 81 in run differential. A lot of people think Philadelphia might beat Atlanta in this series coming up. Milwaukee is a reference point. They were plus 81, so right there, you kind of throw these stats out in the playoffs. The Dodgers are plus 207.
Say that again?
They can score. Plus 207.
It's one of the highest plus minuses I've ever heard. 207.
Atlanta's actually plus 231.
Well, I know that.
But they're the only two that are in that range.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. And, once again, for me right now, the Dodgers, I hope the Diamondbacks can win a game. I do. I don't want to be a downer. You know how positive I am. The optimist that I am. I just, the last couple of games, including some of the good pitchers for the Arizona Diamondbacks, isn't that right, Merrill Kelly, struggled against the Dodgers mightily.
It does feel like they're either going to win a game and then make this a series, and then they can do their thing and maybe pull the upset, or they're just going to get swept. I mean, it really does kind of feel like it's one of two things with the way the Dodgers played them in the second half of the season. But, like, look at Tampa Bay, okay? Tampa Bay finished, they were a plus 195. They're the third team in run differential. And they finished 9 games ahead of the Rangers this season. Texas just swept them instantly in that 3-game series. So upsets happen in baseball, and upsets are more likely to happen when it's a shorter series, and this is a best-of-5 series coming up. And upsets are more likely to happen when you have an advantage when it comes to pitching. And right now, you could make the case the Diamondbacks might with the way this sets up. And the defense, they're going to have to fire on all cylinders. The defense is going to have to be great. They're going to have to be aggressive and successful on the base paths. They're going to have to get strong performances out of Gallen and Kelly. But if they do those things, it's possible. Whereas in years past, if they caught the Dodgers, it wouldn't have been possible. It's possible.
Yeah, no, it is possible. There's no doubt about that. Do I see a path for the Diamondbacks to pull the upset in this series? Oh, yeah, I do. There's no denying it.
And it's not a crazy path.
It's not crazy. No, it is not crazy. Again, I think it just comes down to the fact that Dodgers are going to be able to generate more runs than the Diamondbacks are. And although the Diamondbacks have performed very well in the first 2 games, obviously, and they've scored runs, I just think the Dodgers are prolific.
Care to guess the Oakland A's run differential for the season?
No.
Minus 339.
Boy, that's bad.
So that means you lose every single game by an average of over 2 runs.
That is brutal.
That's
right there.
Gotta be historically bad.
339?
Negative 339.
Wow.
Like the worst last year was minus 252, Washington, which is not great, but it's not minus 339.
It's not 339.
Yeah,
that's just brutal.
A rough season for Oakland.